Hi everybody, my name's Joey, and I want to talk about a topic that is probably not going to be all that popular. Does anyone else feel like video editing and musicianship get treated like second-class artistry? Because I feel like that a whole hell of a lot in hanging around the VTuber community and the art community and stuff like that. I just feel like a lot of the time, if you could draw, or if you could do animations, if you could do illustration and stuff like that, then people are really into it, and I think that's really cool. But if you can do music, or if you can bust out some wicked video edits or something like that, whether they're meme heavy edits or if you're a filmmaker or whatever, that gets people are what? I don't know. Maybe it's because those are the things that I'm strong with or whatever. But here's an example, right? Let's say I watch a VTuber who, we won't name any names. Let's say I watch a VTuber, right? And that VTuber gets lots of fan art. That's very common. It's very common for folks to just throw fan art on Twitter or whatever and be like, yeah, here's I made art of this person. Here it is. So let's say that I'm watching a VTuber and they're getting lots of fan art and I'm like, I should make them something. I want to make them something. I'm a creative dude. I could throw something together. If I put together a song, then it's what? I've got people for that. I pay people for that, and those people are not you, so you're stepping on some toes creatively. Or same for video edits. I think that with shorts, it's a little bit different, right? I feel as though that's probably going to come to an end sometime soon, just because there are some bad actors out there making the space horrible for everyone. So I think more and more VTubers are going to start going down the route of, okay, you got to get permission before you start clipping. But if I put together a video edit, then I think the assumption is that I'm going to be taking credit for that. Or if I put together some music, then I think because the music industry as a whole has been concerned about copyright and about the rights of copy holders and stuff, okay, those words made sense. I think there's an assumption there that if we want to use this, we're going to have a conversation with this person about it. If I were to make some music for somebody, to be fair, if somebody were to make music for me, I would be like, oh, this is really cool. Can I use this? Or even if I didn't have an immediate need for it, maybe that's the thing. Maybe there's always an immediate use for illustration and stuff like that. But usually video editing and music and stuff are things that would have to be planned for. And in some regards, some folks might consider it disrespectful to the planning that they might have done around their channel and their branding and their content and stuff like that. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know what it is, but I've approached others and tried to have that conversation about, hey, can I make you some music? What kind of music would you want me to make? If I was to try, could I maybe we could do something Skeb style, but not a paid thing? I watch your streams a lot. I could totally come up with something that fits the vibe, or I don't know, but I've had those conversations, and the conversation is usually, well, that depends. If it's a case of that art, because I feel like it is art. If it's a case of that art is not needed or not desired, I think I would rather just be told hey, I appreciate it, but no, thank you. But I don't know. I don't feel like those are skills that are way less popular. In terms of, I don't feel like they're skills that are rare. I see lots of other folks making music, and I know there are a ton of folks out there doing really good video edits, really good CapCut and After Effects edits, as well as just more laid back talking head style edits. But I know other people are out there doing that. I know that's a skill that lots of folks have, and that lots of folks are very good at. Is there a stigma about it? I don't know. I don't get it. And I think maybe a part of this talk is me trying to puzzle this out for myself. But yeah, I don't know. And it's, you know what? Okay, this might, as far as the music stuff goes, this might be it. Maybe it's a case of approaching someone and asking if you can make them music. Maybe there's a sense that could be stepping on some creative toes, or trying to wrest creative control for somebody, because I've had a lot of folks do that to me. With my music, I've had a lot of folks listen to my music and then immediately be like, hey, I could sing on this. And then this would, instead of being yours, this would be ours. For a lot of folks, maybe that's not what they were thinking explicitly, but in a lot of cases, if I'm approached by somebody and that's the first thing that they're talking about, then that'd be a little sus sometimes for some of it, sure. But on the other hand, if somebody, rather than just assuming that I'm going to be on board with it and assuming that I would appreciate and enjoy the opportunity to, like, instead of making those assumptions, I think if somebody came up and asked, and this has also happened, if somebody came up and asked, hey, can I use this? You made this song, it's really cool. Can I use it? Can I take it? Can I sing over it? Can I rap over it? Can I, whatever. I think if it's just an honest ask, then I'm a lot more likely to be like, yeah, sure, totally, go for it. Use it for your videos. Use it for, do a cover, sing on it, rap on it. Well, I don't care. But I don't know, because I get, like, I've tried to have those conversations with others, and maybe it's just, maybe I have a type. Maybe I have a type of other creator that, like, I watch and I'm like, oh, I'm really, maybe that's the thing. Anyway, does this resonate? If anybody's out there watching this, do you make music, and does it, do you feel like that? Do you feel like it's really difficult for you to use that art in the community in a meaningful way? Do you feel like it's difficult to give that art away or give that effort away to folks that, like, that you want to celebrate? I don't know. I don't know. But for sure, that's a thing that, like, I do, and I appreciate when others do, is if I see some content that I really love, I'm like, okay, what can I do to support? It's not usually with money nearly as much as it's like, I can put my very broad skill set to work making something. I don't know. Again, just trying to puzzle this out for myself. If you've experienced this for yourself, or if you're, like, sitting there thinking about it, like, huh, yeah, I never see people making music for the creators that I like, or I never see people, I don't know. If whatever your experience is, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to get some other opinions about this. I'd love to talk to more people about it. And ultimately, you know, honestly, I think I'd just like to get plugged into a community that I feel appreciates that work. Maybe that's the thing. Weird. Anyway, my name's Joey Zero. I'm uploading every day and I'm streaming and stuff. Come swing by a stream. Let's talk about it there. I'd love to see you there so we talk about it. Let's talk about it. Bye.